Hello there. How are you? It's a fantastic day here at Breakfast All Day. It's a busy day.
First day of March.
It is. It's March 1st. And we're happy to see you guys. And we had a really good little run going there for a while of the four of us. And now it's the three of us today. Christy, Alonso, Matt, hello. Ben might show up at some point to talk about True Detective with us.
Perhaps.
We hope.
But maybe not. But if he doesn't, it's been a good run,
Yes.
like an unprecedented run of like 4 weeks together. We will try to make up for the lovely Ben's absence. We've got a big random week of stuff. There's not really anything giant now that we're coming out of the Oscars and we're not quite into the beginning of the summer movies yet. Like it's sort of a weird mid-zone. So we've got some mid-sized stuff and some smaller stuff for you.
I think everybody's afraid that, there's a Marvel movie opening next weekend, and let's give it wide berth. You know?
There is.
And well, they should.
Yeah, you've seen Captain Marvel,
Yes,
Matt.
I have.
But I'm seeing it Monday night, which I'm very
here.
excited about. So we'll have that for you next week. But first, for this week, we're going to start with another movie about strong, interesting women. Greta. Matt, will you describe? Actually, I'm going to describe Greta.
Why don't you describe
Why don't
Greta?
I describe
Why
Greta?
don't you?
Because I'm the
Lady.
girl. So
And
this
you're like chewing gum.
This is
You
I
stick
do
around.
I do stick around. This is an unabashed B movie with A+ talent and production values.
Yes, this is an A+ B movie.
It is. And so Chloë Grace Moritz plays a recent college graduate who is living in New York with her best friend, played by Micah Monroe, who's always good. And they're living in this fantastic loft downtown. And one day on the way home from work, Chloë Grace Moritz, whose character's name is Frances. Frances finds a purse that someone has left behind on the seat of the subway.
A nice, elegant purse.
Right, a very fancy purse. And in this magical version of New York where no one's afraid of packages that have been left behind on the subway, she picks it up and takes it home with her and then decides to go and track down the person who it belongs to, who is Isabelle Huppert. And they strike up this kind of unlikely, unexpected, but seemingly really sweet friendship.
Right, because Frances has recently lost her mother.
Right.
And she's not native to New York. And in fact, that comes up when she first brings the purse home because her roommate's like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
There's money? This is just our money now, right? Like her roommate does what you would expect a regular or a classic movie stereotypical New Yorker, which is, this is ours. Hey, free purse, free money. Let's go out. It's massages for both of us. And Frances, who is portrayed as someone who's more thoughtful and more innocent, is like, no, I'm going to return this. And she's still, she's lost her mother recently and they were very, very close. And that leads to this relationship with her and Greta because she very much finds this kind of mother figure in Greta and, helps her adopt a dog and they want to spend time together.
They make dinner together.
and
It's really nice.
It's very nice. It seems. And then
until it isn't.
And then Frances discovers something like, wait, what?
It's shocking.
It's shocking. And then the movie goes even more sideways from there. It keeps ramping up and keeps getting more and more bonkers, and it becomes this stalker mystery thriller, and it's awesome. It's awesome because it's unabashedly over the top. It completely it really gets right to the edge of like, okay, I'm not going to believe this. And maybe sometimes if it does cross that line, that's okay because you're having everybody's clearly kind of having a fun time with this and it's lurid and it's melodramatic and I loved this. And, there was a point I turned to you, I'm like, oh, here's what's going on.
And you were right. I'm not going to say what it is,
okay.
but Matt was right.
But that's okay. Yeah, it's nutso and super fun.
It is. And I tweeted this, but there are multiple moments in which I just flat out screamed in your ear, Matt.
Yeah.
And we're sitting next to one another, grabbing onto, thankfully, a very thick leather jacket because I have my nails dug into his jacket so many times. It is a visceral experience.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. It is so intense. And problematic if you really want to think about what they're saying here about what all is going on with Greta's character. It's a typical kind of like crazy stalker movie villain. Maybe there are shreds of sympathy for her.
How does it compare to what was the Judi Dench, Cate Blanchett movie?
Oh, that was great. Oh, what was that? Now I got to look that up
That
on
was
IMDb.
also stalkery.
It's very similar. Okay, so now why?
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw us
No,
off
no, no.
track.
That's
I
a good
haven't seen
point.
Greta yet.
I
But
mean,
the description made me think of it.
and also, of course, single white female is also Notes on a Scandal.
Notes on a Scandal.
It's like that in that you have people who have done really serious work with really serious. Like Neil Jordon directed this.
Yeah.
So this is like a serious filmmaker, and but one who will go to dangerous, weird places and uncomfortable, emotional places. It's like that in that it's a really like exquisite guilty pleasure. It's like it's like delightful trash.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of an exercise in like, oh, hey, let's all just screw around in this genre and do something dopey and silly and doesn't really have any deeper meaning to it. But they, it's meticulous. But yeah, and everybody puts their all in, and you can bring skill to something that would otherwise be this kind of like forgettable throwaway type of film, and they make it really enjoyable. Like there's plenty of filmmakers, plenty of talent that would aspire to try and do something this well. And does it feel at times like, could we look at this and say like, oh, Jordan's kind of slumming here? Maybe, but you know what? That's okay. Like, it's great.
Well, and let's not forget, I mean, Neil Jordon did begin his career with In the Company of Wolves, which is, on the one hand, this like really great sort of metaphorical, sort of brutal Bruno Bettelheim, sexual coming of age metaphor, blah, blah, blah. But it's also, a werewolf movie. And he did Interview with the Vampire. Right. So he has always sort of had one foot in a certain kind of genre filmmaking. Even something like, The Butcher Boy is about a serial killer.
Right. There's a lurid side to him, but it's artful. I mean, Seamus McGarvey shot this. He is the DP who shot like Atonement and Anna Karenina and Bad Times at the El Royale, which we all loved so well. So it looks beautiful, right? No, there's like a fluid elegance to it. There's a creaminess to it, and like a textural kind of substance to it in what is just trash. I mean, it's really, really fun trash. Isabelle Huppert, she goes for it. She's having a blast. I mean, there is no winking and nodding here. It's like she is laser focused on the insanity, and there are so many moments here where it's like, don't go down there. Don't go in that hall. Get out. Open the door. Get out. Like,
there's a lot of yelling at the screen in this one.
It's a good screaming at the screen movie. So yeah, everyone. It's intense. I think if you want a movie to go with friends and just go have a blast. If you guys are on Twitter, there are already like multiple memes, and like there's a scene where Isabelle Huppert like flips a table over, and that's already been used in multiple places. So
really good table flip in this one.
The movie hasn't even come out yet, and I mean, is there a stigmatizing to what all Isabelle Huppert's character is going through? Maybe.
Sure,
but she's not a good person. She's troubled. She needs help.
Did you come away with any like fashion tips?
Fashion tips?
Yeah,
why?
This just seems like a kind of movie where like they're horrible but really well dressed.
I mean, she wears I mean, there are like great little coats and great hats, and there's very plot specific use of gloves.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like Carol.
Yeah, there's a very old-fashioned...
Yeah, exactly like Carol.
There's an old-fashioned nature to a lot of the look of it. I mean, it takes place now, and that is useful technology-wise, plot-wise, but there is sort of a classic kind of stalker vibe to it where the film could take place at any point in time. And Micah Monroe is good as always as like the voice of reason. And her character's interesting, too, because she's admittedly kind of vapid and kind of self-centered, kind of, bitchy rich girl, but then... she very much is loyal to Chloë Grace Moretz's character.
Well,
and
she calls herself out that way.
Protect her.
Yeah, I mean, early on, she's like, "Oh yeah, she one of the fights that she has with Francis early on is, or not early on, but she has this fight with Francis. Like, you like to think that I'm just this vapid idiot, right? And there is a little bit like she is written as a real person."
Yeah, and Chloë Grace Moretz, I mean, she has to kind of be the straight person to allow Isabelle Huppert to just go nuts. And it's fun to watch. Anyway, so I had a blast. I'm giving it an 8.5, and you should go see it with your friends.
I give it a 9. I think it's super fun. It's awesome.
You can't see this movie by yourself, by the way.
No.
You cannot. You need to have the conversation afterward. You need to have the camaraderie of the experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring people. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.
Yeah, no,
I know
David
you're
and I
going
are
to see
going
it.
this weekend for sure.
Yeah,
So.
so you have a person to see it with, to
Yes.
clutch onto when things get scary. So our number is 8.7? No, 8.8. If we're 8.5 and 9.
Yeah.
8.8. And it is, you guys, it's only at 60% on the tomato meter.
People are jerks.
It's been waffling in that 59, 60 range for a while. And I don't know why. I don't know what is wrong with you people that you didn't just go and have a blast like we did. So if you guys go see it, you'll have to let us know what you think. So 60 is our number. Go see Greta.
Hey, and if you're watching this on YouTube, like us, subscribe to us, to our channel. You can also subscribe to us as a podcast in all the places where you get your podcasts. And leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That would be lovely. And you can also follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
All the places.
All the places.
Thanks. Bye.